eBay's going to ding my account if I don't accept the offer I just got. I've heard that far too many times. Today we're going to set the record straight. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to talk about several things, including the offers, declining, countering, and things like that. Now, I constantly hear people saying that they were told they're going to be dinged if they counter or decline an offer. I would like to set the record straight. That just simply isn't true in any way, shape, or form. There's not a single bit of evidence whatsoever, not a single tiny shred of it, that is even remotely true whatsoever. Now, I have no idea where this is coming from, but I've had a whole bunch of people make comments about that from that video I just put up yesterday. It makes utterly and completely no sense whatsoever. Even from just the thought that they would even think about doing that is crazy, because most of the time, almost every item I sell, I've had offers on that I have declined or countered, and they come back and buy it. The majority, and I'm talking about the vast majority of every offer that I have declined or countered, I have sold those items, the majority of them, for more than I would have had I not done that and just accepted the offer. Don't ever be scared into taking an offer that you don't want to take. It's just crazy that anybody would suggest that that is the case. Not only that, there would be legal implications if they were forcing you to do that. eBay does not know how much you paid for an item. If they are telling you they are going to penalize you for not accepting an offer, even though that offer may be lower than you've paid for the item, that would mean that eBay would be telling you they're going to penalize your account if you don't lose money. And that's just not a thing. I hate to tell everybody that, but it's just not happening. I actually reached out to a lawyer. That is just not a thing. That would be deceptive business practices with coercion. It's just not something that would happen. Most everybody on the site would have an issue with that and would leave eBay in a second. I wouldn't be on eBay if they were forcing me or going to penalize me. It's just not happening. On top of that as well, I have personally talked to head of seller support, not just once, not just twice, several times on the phone, personally discussing issues like these sorts of tools. Not only that, but I've spent more than an hour and a half face-to-face on a video conference with the head of seller support, as well as many other department heads. That is just not the case. These items that they give us, whether it's promoted listings, the ability to do a markdown and sale, the counter offers, the decline options, and a new tool which we'll show you in just a little bit here in this video, are all there for you to use as you wish. It's not a penalty thing to use the tools that eBay gives us. That's literally what I was told personally, face to face. And I fully 100% believe that is the case. eBay would be opening themselves up in the state of California for so many lawsuits if they were dinging people for not taking an offer for less than they paid for it. Again, eBay has no way to know what's going on with your finances. It's not something they are going to do. These are tools. They're tools for you to use. So anybody out there worried that, hey, if you do this or you do that, you're going to get dinged, it's just not the case. There's not a single scrap of evidence to show anything like that. And as I said, I've talked to eBay personally in a face-to-face conversation. I could see his tone. I could see the conversation. It was very obvious they were going straight forward with everything. These are all tools for you to use and to help you. It's completely ludicrous that they would ever want to ding you for using something they gave you to help you. Again, as I said, most all of the time, the vast majority of everything that I counter on or decline, I still sell for more. eBay would be losing money if they forced you to take an offer on something, or were going to slap your wrist and lower your ranking because you weren't taking an offer on something. They have no way on earth to dictate based on any price you paid for anything. It's not a thing. It's a total myth from start to finish. And for those who've watched my channel, you know I have no interest in sticking up for eBay, but this is clearly and obviously not what they are doing. These are tools to help you get along better. Now, another one I hear a constant complaint about, especially since yesterday, are those who are just getting onto managed payments, and they're all saying that they've got a lot of people buying stuff or accepting offers and things like that, and then someone doesn't pay. It always happens. Let's just put it that way. There are cases where I have to open up something. I just did the other day for a rosary that was bought 10 plus days ago with no conversation. It's going to happen. It's also fourth quarter, which is the highest time of the year for that to happen. Most of those types of issues happen right this very second, every single year. Again, if you track your information, you can write those things down in a calendar, and you will know that that is true. The majority of all those types of cases are going to happen in fourth quarter. There's many reasons that's going on, but it's not just happening on eBay. It happens on every platform. If you only sell on eBay, you may not realize that. You may just assume that since you're now on Managed Payments, it's Managed Payments' fault. I don't see that at any issue at this point. I know they were having some issues with people being able to pay, but from what I've seen and personally been told, those issues have cleared up. Again, you've got opportunities. You can relist the item or whatever the case may be. It's not the end of the world when it happens. But this is the time of year that it's going to happen the most. So you're going to have to expect it happening sometimes. It also depends on what you're selling. Again, if you sell on another platform, you already know this is going to happen. Another reason why it's happening more now on eBay than any other time, because there's more new people on it because of the pandemic who just don't understand how the site works. I'll give you two very specific examples that were brought up to me. I had people who actually accepted and purchased something based on an offer that I sent to them. They sent me some questions and said they'll buy it if the answers to these questions are correct. Again, they had no clue that they already bought it. So that is something you have to look into. They were new. I could see they had no feedback in the works. It happened twice in 1 week. It doesn't usually happen. But again, there's a lot of new people who don't know the rules of the platform that were forced to buy things online because of the pandemic. So all of those numbers are going to increase. If you're selling households or clothing, it's going to increase for those areas. I can say, though, in like vintage and collectibles, I don't have any of those issues. That's why I say it depends on the type of item. The people that are buying the items that I sell are expendable income in the first place. No one needs an 1870s envelope. It's all extra stuff. But a pair of pants or something is something that someone may need. They may have purchased it, then realized they don't have the money, or any other number of things. It's going to be higher now than any other year in history in my book, just because of all these other factors colliding at the same time right in fourth quarter. Again, you can just block that person immediately, open up the case to get all your fees back from its selling, and just relist it. They will get a ding on their account for not purchasing the item. You can also block people who are doing that from bidding on your items in the first place, which we will show you real quick. We're also going to hop over and we're going to show you a new tool that eBay has given us that can help you do some things ahead of time, a way to automate some things. So let's hop over now and discuss those last two topics for today. So here is Blocked Bidders. If you go to Blocked Bidders, you can find it on the first page of the hub, and you can add names into here for people you don't want to bid on your items. Not only that, if you want to stop those people who make bids and offers and buy things and do not pay, come in here under buyer requirements, and you can block buyers who have received 2 or whatever example you want, 2 to 5 unpaid item claims. So you can pick how often they get them, whether it's every 6 months, once a month. Now we've set it, as you can see, so if they get 2 unpaid item strikes in 1 month, that can be for 2 items from the same buyer or whatever the case, they can't bid on my items at all. They can't buy from me. If you want to stop those folks that routinely come back and buy items, put them here. Mark this on here. You only have to mark it once. You don't have to do it for each listing or anything. You mark it once. You put it at 2, so if they get 2 dings again, they can't bid on your items. You can also put it so they can't contact you, anybody in here on your block buyers list or anything else like that. So you can do a lot of other things. Blocking them, though, is the most important one, in my opinion. Block them and put the list here for buyer requirements. That will stop all of that happening. Now, one more thing here under offers. They have changed and added a new tool, which I wanted to address for just a minute here also. So let me just pick some item here, and I'm going to actually send out an offer here. If you aren't aware, or maybe you don't have this feature yet, you can click a button down here that will automatically send offers at whatever you want it to. So if I'm going to send an offer to this person for $9.50, I can check this box here. So as soon as somebody starts to watch the item and they have the opportunity to get an offer, they will get this offer. I won't have to do anything else. Now, one issue with that too is that's going to be there for a long time, that offer I just put in. So let's say in a year or so, that's still going to be there, but yet I'd rather get rid of it. You'll have to go in there and change that from what I can see. There's no other way that that's just going to disappear. So if you do that to a whole bunch of listings and you want to take less for them, it's still going to be automatically sending out that $950 offer. So if I wanted to take $5 for it, I would have to literally go in there and manually alter that option tied with the listing. Now, it's a good feature if you know what for sure you're going to want out of that item. If the item price that you want out of it's never going to change, you put that in there, they watch it, and then they get the offer. But again, if you want to lower the offer, you're going to have to go in and manually remove that or change it to another figure. So that's the only big drawback that I see. So a lot of those, I'm not putting that option in there just in case I want to change the price later. Obviously, on some items, I know I wouldn't go below a certain amount, so it wouldn't really matter to me if I put those in. So probably about half of them, I am putting a offer in for future watchers also. So it's a good option. Again, you have to use it wisely. Know what you're doing with it. I wouldn't just recommend putting it on every item for that reason that you might want to change a price later and you'd have to go out and track down what was on which items. But either way, it's a new tool from eBay. Well, there you are. Hopefully that gave you some ideas and some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.